Hey everyone, and welcome back to part 14 of our Tunic playthrough. Last time we left it off just as we appeared in the Eastern Vault, teleported ourselves in here, and we're in search of, if I can get the map up for it, we're in search of a grave, which should be just over here. And we've just appeared over here, so we've not got too much distance to go, but we don't know what the lay of the land looks like, so we'll just find out. Have a little rest there in case there's any horrors beyond our comprehension, as there usually are. Don't really need to go this way, but was just curious more than anything. So this should be the way we need to go. Now here, actually first we're going to have a little look at cards because I've looked into them a little bit as I finally promised. So a note of the ones that seem pretty interesting. This first one slightly increases your movement speed. The second one increases how quickly you get your stamina back. That's to do with making less sound, I believe, when you're walking around. Lower health, you have higher attack. So once you're pretty low, you'll be able to do some more damage. Increases the parry window. This swaps HP potions for MP potions. This one is the one that means that people can drop a heart to heal you a little bit. This one is a wild one. If you have it equipped, then you drop to 1 HP, but all of your hits set people on fire. This one activates the magic dagger a bit quicker. I think this one means that if you die and you go and collect your spirit, then it lets out a bigger sort of explosion. This one is a it's a lower cost of stamina for blocking. I think that's higher attack, lower defense. That's higher defense when you're low health. And that's our scavenger mask. So I think we're going to swap out the better parrying window for quicker stamina recovery. And then maybe swap out the lower block cost for the higher movement speed. Maybe also swap this one out, actually, back to over here. So we've got some that are just sort of permanent buffs. But yeah, let's see how we get on. This area is a bit of a horrifying one because you have all these things spawn around you. But if you're sneaky and quick enough, you can actually get over here, which if you look on the map, you can see it's sort of noted there. And these guys can't do anything about you. We can also go across into this room. It's another little hidden location, and we've just used the fairy thing. Okay, no fairy in here, I think it's something else. Can't remember. Oh yeah, do we just hit the leaves? Yeah, so we hit the 4 piles of leaves, and I think that's another weird statue of sorts. Yeah, so I think each one of these I didn't mention in the last video or the last couple videos as we've been getting them, but I think they're each an achievement or a trophy in the game, so worth noting. And now that the enemies are despawned, we can sort of sneak over here. So that is one way to sort of cheese through that one. It means you don't have to worry about the very annoying enemies, and if you get this early on, then you're very weak and it's actually tough to deal with them. But that is that hero grave recovered, and I think that's HP maybe. Yeah, so that one's a pretty massive one. We've just doubled our HP amount, and that means that we should be able to now purchase the upgrade to it. So we're in a much better state. I think we've got all the chests here, yeah. Okay, we don't have our defense upgrade yet. We've got our attack one. Fortunately, the teleport is pretty nifty for this. Almost better to not target people. We don't have to take these creatures on by any stretch. It's just interesting to do so. We get to display how powerful the teleporting is and having our abilities back. Let's just make sure we've not got any fairies in this area. Keep calling them fairies, lost souls, but yeah, we'll head back here now. Which is strange, because if I look back at this page, we should have one in the East Forest, one in the Fortress of the Eastern Vault. So we should definitely have one about, but let's have a little look in this area. Didn't mean to press that. That's clearly in a very good state. Not that we can get over to that, but that's okay. Perhaps if we head in here, we'll be able to find the one we're looking for. Okay, they're definitely heading in one specific direction. Downstairs, okay. Which we cannot get to from here. Oh no, sorry, it's not downstairs, it's in this area. And once again, we've got a situation much like our first one, I think, or one of the first ones, where we've got, not one of the first ones, it was the location, where is it? It was around this location where we had the blue tiles on the floor around the point of interest. Here we're just replacing that with candles. I'm not going to bother putting it in the accessibility one because it will just be following the 1 candle, then 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, which is right, left, down, right, up, left. And there's the little musical tune to let us know we found it. That is the Forest of the Eastern Vault figured out. We've got one more, we already got one in the Eastern Forest actually, so there's one more to get somewhere. Let me just check where the Eastern Forest counts as. It should, yeah. Okay, so it might actually be back towards where the first hero statue was, so we might have missed one over in that direction. In which case, well, first of all, let's get our health upgrade. Then we can head back to our teleporter and get out of here. We're going to probably, I don't know, teleport back to the start. Maybe just the village here. And we'll let the fairies guide us. Okay, there's one just over there. That person, they saying anything? Something about the gardens. Okay, so this one, let's just put in the code for the fairy again and not mess it up. Or souls. There we go. So it's in this location here. So what you'll notice if you chop away these pieces, Well, first of all, a chest that we've never come across. Secondly, I'm just grabbing my pen and paper again. But what you'll notice is there is a path in the moss on this wall. So if we just make a note of that, and also make a note of where it goes round this corner, because that is a continuation of it. Right, so I don't think there's any lines that indicate a double anywhere. But let's give that an input into the sequence assistance. And there we have it. Once again, if that was too quick for you, then by all means give it a pause and make a note of that so that so you can actually follow it. For whatever reason, I was a bit dumb about this one. Didn't realise that path was there. Probably did at some point. Okay, we've got another one in this direction. I think that's underneath there, so we've got to get down. Can't remember how you get down from here. Oh, actually, it should just be over here. So we've been in this place before. If you remember, there were a few turrets about, and it had this chest and the back wall design here. So once again, we'll follow that and make note of the double up that is partway through this design. And I'm just going to follow that on the screen rather than inputting it in the assistance thing, because it's just not too complicated and all in front of us, so not too bad to do. That's terrifying, isn't it? Okay, so this is a confusing one. You may notice we are going in cardinal directions, so we'll want to make a note of what direction we're going at each point, and I believe that it doesn't use doubles in here, so we don't have to count that as 3 lefts or whatever. But I may be wrong, we'll see. So far it's left up, right up, and then it's right again, and down, and right and up, then right and up again, then left, and that's going to be a double and even a triple, so 3 lefts there, assuming we don't have another sign on this next one, and then an up. Ooh, didn't mean to do that. Then right and up. Oh, and you can look at it all from the very top, so that makes life a lot easier. So if you're up here, you can see if we start in at the bottom, it's left all the way round, then up, then right, up, right, down, right, up, left, 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 up, right, up. So we're going to give that a go in our sequence assistant bit. Try and make sure we get that all right. And sure enough, there is the noise confirming we got it right. And now we can do the very fun climb all the way back down. And we can now get away from that very creepy area and back to probably another creepy area, to be honest. Now let's see where we're pointed next. Just over here. So once again, if you remember, if we treat this as the other patterns, but with the flower as the starting point, then we can just make a quick note of what this looks like. So bear with me for a moment while I jot it down on paper. But it will be up, right, down, left, down, left, down. Left, down, left, up. That should be it. So let's give that an input in the sequence assistance. And sure enough, that was the answer. Okay, let's see where our next location is. Somewhere over there, so let's get ourselves back onto this shore. See if it's anywhere around here. Sure enough, it's in the underground bit here. So here we have a puzzle, which I don't know if this one's appeared on any of the extra pages. Don't know if it's this one. Up, right, down, left, up, right. Yeah, okay. So I think this, well, if you remember, this is a sneaky little hints page in the back of the manual, which, I mean, I've done this route a few times, so for me it sort of stuck out as one we've done before. But if you didn't pick up that clue, if you follow the route you actually go to get to the center chest, it is the route that gets mapped out by the by that page in the book. So we're just going to follow through that path to confirm it. And sure enough, we'll just input that now. Actually, we'll put it in the sequence assistance. And there we have it. One of the fortunate things of the teleporting is we can just go straight through these walls, but that is one more done. And if we have a little look on our progress, you can see we've only got about 7 to go, which is pretty good going. So now let's see where our next one takes us. So you may notice there is a lovely door here, or fragment of a door, that we may have come across a bit of before. Just need to remember where the first bit of it is in my book, to be honest, because I made some note of it. Okay. It's there. So this looks like the left-hand part of the door. So if we just make a note of that for now, really. We don't know where it's going to link into or what way up it's necessarily going to be. So this could be linking into the right-hand side of the door, but just joining flipped around. So try and make a note, a rough sketch of what this piece of the door looks like, and we can try and piece the fragments together. Okay, so I've made a note of that, and I think it's probably going to want us to go over here somewhere, yes. But honestly can't remember how we get down there from here. I thought we could go down from a ladder, but is there some way else down there? Maybe it's don't believe it's in here. Nope. Maybe I'm being stupid and we can go across to there. Oh no, I'm definitely being stupid. We can most likely use that. And sure enough, we can go in there. Is there anything we're missing around here? Nope. There's also this chest here. A few more coins for our collection. Okay, so this is definitely a weird one. As you can see, there is a pattern rotating on the wall there. Bit hard to keep track of there. So just going to observe it for a little bit. Okay, so this is definitely one of the more confusing ones. You've got to sort of keep an eye out for your starting point. We're trying to focus on that central bit really. And look out for the starting point should be in front of us about now. Looks like it's going down, right, up, right. It makes another turn to the right. And that way. Oh. This is always a bit of a cluster fuck, to be honest. But if we if we have a look and just try and follow that again, so just try and focus on what direction each time it turns. So it went down, left, left, right, 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 left, and that way. Ugh. Honestly, I'm confusing myself more than anything. So forward, then left, then right, then right, then right, then left, then left, then left, then right, then right, then right, then left, then left. Okay, so we've got the rough pattern of things, or at least I can say I've got a rough pattern of things. Let me just try it out because obviously it's rotating around madly, so we aren't too sure what our starting orientation is. So I'm going to put it in one way round, and I don't believe this is the correct one. Nope, so I put it in with one orientation, but we're trying to figure out the correct one. So try and keep an eye out for where the starting area is, and there you can see it was sort of on the wall there. And it was going off to the left, but if we've got this next one on the top part of the wall, it goes off to the right. So I think what we've got is two sides of the puzzle, sort of the left and right side of a door. So it doesn't matter if we orientate our directions to go left or right. I think it will give us the answer regardless, but let's test that theory. So we're going to start with it going left, and once again put it in the sequence assister. Nope, so let's try it on the right. Just got to swivel my piece of paper around. Oh, maybe I did just get that entirely wrong. That's funny. Right, let's try that again. So we go left, left, right, and then right, and then right, and then left, and then left, and then right, and then right, and then right, and then left and left. Oh, I'm just somewhere along the way added in some extra bits into that. So okay, let's try that again with some different orientations, see if any of them work. Apologies if you're pausing it at different points and seeing incorrect commands. Okay, so actually doesn't seem to matter what you count as your starting location. Just put in the right order of things. So there, as you can see, I started with it going down, but I believe you can rotate it anyway. So down, right, you can see it turns left again there, then right again, I'm looking straight in front on the wall at the lower bit, then right, and then it takes a left and another right and another right and another right, and 2 final lefts, and we're done. What a confusing puzzle, but hey, that is the point of it. So now we've got that one done, and that nightmare is over. We can try and see where the next one is. So that is pointing us back towards the eastern forest. So there we go. After a few attempts, we're back over here. We can assume we've got to get up to the high ground up there somewhere. Fortunately, we have the ability to teleport, so I believe... Oh, and there's actually, funnily enough, an old door which I've not opened yet. 3 flowers marking the way. It's funny that I hadn't got that. That doesn't really give us any secret, but just for the sake of completion, we'll get it. And we can sneak across this bit and through here. Nope, not useful whatsoever. Is that useful? Okay, yeah, we have it there. So this one, let me just see if I can find a relevant page. So this, if you can see what we're sort of dealing with here. Let me just check I'm not looking in some weird direction. Okay. We have got a sort of compass in front of us. Let's just check the map here, see if it doesn't have any indicators on it. Nope, nothing on there. However, what we'll just do is go back through to... Yeah, okay. I don't think this has the things we're looking for on it. Maybe it does. Oh yes, so this... Oh, sorry, I'm jumping around all over the place. So this is a bit of a more abstract one, or it gives you your first hint into the language, we'll say. So on page 52, you've got this sort of compass here, which, or rather, you've got 4 directions, which if we also go back to a previous page, the one for the atoll, the ruined atoll, you'll see in the bottom left here we've got a sort of compass as well, and in each one there is a direction and a symbol associated with it. Now if we split those symbols apart, you could imagine we've got a north, east, south, west, or an up, down, left, right. Don't know why I said up, down, left, right rather than up, right, down, left, but nonetheless, you've got 4 symbols associated with the 4 directions. And if we just go into here, you can see we've got our 4 symbols here, which again, if you make a sort of rough note of what they look like, or rather you can see there are only 4 types of symbol on here, and again make a note of them. The first line of this has 1 of each of them, and then once we've made a note, which I'm taking my sweet time doing, we can go back into our guide, not that place at all. And then we can see, and if you've written them out correctly, you can see that from that first row, the first symbol is this one we've got on the left, so that we can make the assumption is a left. The second symbol we saw is the one that goes to the right. The third symbol is the one that points down, and the final symbol is the one that points up. And you can sort of, you've got to split these out a little bit, but the drawings on this, or those symbols there, should help you. So if we then go through each line and repeat the process of translating these runes into directions, which will take me a little while, because I'm actually going to do it live rather than just looking up the answer, so apologies for having to wait. But that first line is left, right, down, up. The second line is up, down, right, left. The third one is up and then right and then down and left. And the fourth one is up and then down and then right and then left. Okay, so we have a set of symbols and we're going to go into our helper and start typing those out. And sure enough, that was the correct sequence and we've got ourselves another lost soul. And now our assistants don't really know where to take us. But something else I've sort of not got to, but you can see we're now able to do, is to jump across this gap, which I think takes us into an area with a page. Bit like a shop, but without the actual things on sale. So, hints and clues. We've got through that first page. We've been to the old burial ground. And we've got the next stages: door in the mountain, the hero's grave, holy cross, the bed, which actually, yeah, if you look here, you can see that's the old house and that's the sort of layout of the room. And if you use the holy cross to get through a door by where the shield was, then, oh yeah, so this is a few hints there. So if you remember the room where you originally get the shield, across from there was a door that had the holy cross on it. And then in the other direction, you can see that dotted line going to an elusive round room. That was something to do with these trophies that it's not really said about. We've got here, that's fairies. So it is fairies, that makes sense. I was calling it the right name. Lost souls, fairies, same thing. 22 out of 22, and then some other thing that happens. So we've made progress towards this. And what's on the other page? So yeah, there we can see we've got the hero graves and the different areas that we can get some of our buffs back. So we've already got the attack one. We've got the HP one. I think we also start off with the stamina one that was just outside the cathedral. So MP is implying we need to go up to the library. Defense, that looks like the west garden, and potion looks like somewhere in the quarry. So, and it says door to the mountain. So if you remember, we came across that back route. We did have a look at the front route, and I don't think you could get into the quarry. Oh no, sorry, you couldn't get in there with the teleporter. So we might have to go through that back route we discovered with the door in the mountain. Can't do anything else with him here. But yeah, that was a fun little side adventure, and we'll just head back round here, I believe. Didn't actually need to come this route, but we'll have a little check of one other thing, because we're going to go through to where our fairy checklist is. So we're missing just 5 of them. 2 in the West Garden, 1 in the Quarry, 1 in the Great Library, and 1 more in the East Forest. So that's sort of our next things to do. But for now, we will just have a rest. So that's where we're going to end things this time. If you've enjoyed it, then please leave a like, subscribe, and check out some of my other videos. But until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.